Today, I'm going to share the most popular weight loss myths on YouTube that are keeping petite women over 50 overweight. Myth number 1, you have to lose weight slowly. About 2 years ago, I was 45 pounds heavier than I am today, and most of the weight loss advice I found was completely unhelpful. For example, I used to believe the only way to lose more than 1 or 2 pounds a week was if I was on The Biggest Loser. I pictured Jillian Michaels and Bob Harper not allowing me to eat anything and working me out the entire day in order to shed weight quickly. Now I know different. It is actually possible to lose weight more quickly with the right pieces in place. I know this because last September I lost 10 pounds in a little over 3 weeks after struggling with a 6-month plateau. And just the other day, I heard someone in a YouTube video say that in order to lose weight, you should set a calorie target, see if you lose weight over the next 2 weeks, and if you don't lose any weight, recalculate your daily calories and wait another 2 weeks. Why would you wait 2 entire weeks to see if you're losing weight? The main problem that I have with that is that it's very discouraging and you're likely to just believe you can't lose weight and ultimately you'll give up. Well, it's not true. Thank God it's not true. In the weight loss group I'm in, people are losing weight like gangbusters. They are reporting losing sometimes a pound a day or more, depending on how much they weigh. Of course, someone who is 100 pounds or more overweight may be able to lose weight more quickly, especially in the beginning when you're losing water weight. Personally, when I started the group, I was at 148 pounds, and I was able to lose about zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 pounds per day. The key is getting your calories set to where they need to be so that you can have weight loss. My advice is if you don't see the weight dropping within the first day or two, you need to change your calories and increase your exercise if you're able to. Once you find the right number, you'll start seeing your weight go down. It's a great skill to learn where your calories need to be to lose or even gain weight, and that will ultimately help you stay on track. Because I've been practicing tweaking my calories as I lose weight for so long, I can pretty much predict how much I'll gain or lose within a week depending on how much I eat. And that has helped me tremendously navigate the ups and the downs of weight loss. I mentioned exercise, which is myth number 2. You have to exercise to lose weight. Now make sure to stick around for myth number 4 because that is really where the magic happens. But the idea that you have to exercise to lose weight is completely a myth. When I was in my 20s, I thought I could out-exercise my eating. I thought more is better, harder is better. But I found out the more I exercised, the hungrier I was, and the harder it was for me to stay at my calorie deficit. It is very easy to out-eat your exercise. For example, did you know that it takes someone my height, 5'2", 2 hours of walking to burn off just one Big Mac, and we're not even talking about the fries and the soda. Plus, I don't know about you, but the more I exercised, the more I thought I could get away with eating more. And psychologically, I felt like I needed to eat more. I deserved it. That's what I thought. Not on a conscious level, but a subconscious level. And because of that, I struggled to lose any weight. Do you know in the 1970s, most people didn't go to the gym, yet they were naturally thinner than we are today? They didn't do formal exercise to lose weight. They were just more active in general. When I was a kid, my mom made us go outside to play all day until it got dark. My mom was busy working in our home, cooking for our family, instead of sitting at a desk at work all day like I do. When I was a small child, they didn't have smartphones, so they had to occupy themselves with things like gardening and watching their kids play outside while talking to their neighbors. Don't you wish we still had more of that? One rule I made for myself is to get up and do something while I'm watching YouTube or listening to a podcast. I realized at some point that I would just be sitting for an hour in my chair scrolling, and I just felt so unproductive. After implementing my rule, I've been getting a lot more done and feel so much better about myself. And my house is cleaner too. Now, while exercise definitely has proven health benefits, it won't necessarily help you lose weight, and you don't need it to lose weight. Joni Eareckson Tada is a quadriplegic and can't exercise because she's been in a wheelchair since she was 15 years old. Yet, she is still thin. So what's the point of all this? This proves you don't have to exercise to be thin. It's like that saying, abs are made in the kitchen. Now, if you can and you want to and you do decide to exercise, count it as a bonus, not an excuse to eat more food. When I was in college, I got down to 128 pounds, and it wasn't by exercising. I did it just by waiting to eat until I was hungry. In fact, in my 20s, I didn't even change the types of food I was eating. When I turned 45, that changed slightly. I couldn't lose weight just by cutting back anymore. I believe that was because I was insulin resistant, and what I really needed to do was eat a lower carb diet. That's the unfortunate reality of being a woman who is 50 versus 20. In menopause, our metabolism and hormones just change. The old rules don't work for us anymore. But that doesn't mean that we still can't lose weight. Myth number 3, you have to eat at the same time every day, or you can't eat at night. Trainer Joe has a saying, the issue is not that you're eating at night. It's that you're eating again. It's not that you're eating at night, it's that you're eating again. Years ago, when I was going to Weight Watchers, our leader told us that members were losing weight with all kinds of eating schedules. The problem was not when you were eating, but how much you were eating. And if you're going to try to lose weight with intuitive eating, like hunger and fullness, your body may go several hours before you're hungry again, depending on how much you ate the last time. So it's not always logical to plan on eating at specific times. Now, there is some benefit to eating the same meals. It makes it easier to ensure you're not overeating, and it keeps things simple. I've eaten the same 5 or 6 foods on a daily basis for the last 2 years. I chose low-carb foods that I love, that's important, and I used those to tailor my meals and snacks within my daily calorie target. Those foods make up about 95% of my diet. I feel better, I have fewer headaches, and I sleep better through the night than when I was eating a standard American diet high on carbs. I say 95% because 5% of the time I still have an occasional cheat meal if it's going to be a holiday or special event, because those are the pleasures in life, and I'm not going to completely give up some of those foods. Life is just too short for that. I've just taught myself the skill to get back on track for the next meal. But gone are the days when I ate out at McDonald's several times a week like I used to when I was 50 pounds overweight. Myth number 4, you have to follow a bunch of rules. I really love to harp on this one, meaning you'll hear me say this a lot in my videos, because nobody wants to follow a bunch of rules that they can't sustain. And even though that's the truth, we all know it, you'll still notice that a lot of weight loss influencers are repeating the same complicated, burdensome weight loss rules over and over again. And yet those influencers are either not our age, and so their rules don't apply to us, or they are our age and they still don't apply to us. Why are we doing this? I have found through my own research and experience that most women over 50 will lose weight if they just follow these 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, keep your carbs between 20 and 50 grams of total carbs, not net carbs, total carbs per day. Keto has literally changed my life forever. I've lost 45 pounds primarily by following this one rule. For me, 20 grams of carbs a day worked the best. Before I lost weight, I noticed that just eating less and smaller portions wasn't giving me any weight loss like it did when I was in my 20s and 30s. I felt so discouraged and frustrated, so I prayed about it, and I felt like the Lord led me to some key research about menopausal weight gain and some new strategies to help me lose weight. One of those was lowering my overall carbs. So I decided to give it a try since nothing else was working, and I was amazed at how well it worked for me from day one. I also saw how many other women were losing weight from comments I read in other videos I was watching. The more I did it, the more weight I lost, the better I felt. And now I can't even fathom going back to my old way of eating. I will never go back. Why would I? I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I'm down to the lowest weight I've been since I was in my 20s, and I feel great every day. I have more energy, I sleep better, and I don't get those annoying migraines anymore from eating Reese's peanut butter cups and fast food. If you want to see some examples of what I eat, I have a free download down below in the description, so you can go down there and pick that up. Rule number 2 of the 3 simple rules to weight loss is find the perfect calorie target where you actually start to lose weight. How do you do that? Well, there is a perfect calorie target for you specifically. And if you're petite like me, it will be different and unfortunately much lower than for your taller friends. You can start with a calculator. I use the Keto calculator and I'll link that below. What I like about this particular calculator is that it asks you how much weight you would like to lose per week. Based on your goal, you use that number and it gives you a starting point. You're going to weigh yourself the morning of the first day, and on the second day, you're going to weigh yourself again and see if you lost any weight. If you lost a little bit of weight, you can use that calorie target again. If you find that you are steadily losing weight, maybe 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 pounds, then you know you're at a good number. If you don't lose any weight the first day, lower your calories slightly. I would start with lowering it by 50 or 100 calories and weigh yourself again the next morning. When you're at the right number of calories, you will start to see continual gradual weight loss. If you find that you are plateauing for more than 2 days, then I would decrease calories slightly again. If you hit a plateau for 3, 4, 5 days and you still aren't losing, I would consider, and this is the only time I suggest this, I would consider raising your calories by about 200 or go back up to your maintenance calories to shock your metabolism. Sometimes this does help to jumpstart your calorie burning. I had this happen after I lost 10 pounds on the 21-day weight loss plan. I had lost 10 pounds very quickly, 3 weeks, but I plateaued for several days after that. So I took a break for about a week at maintenance, went back to my weight loss calorie target, and I lost another 5 pounds over the next month. Going up slightly with your calories causes your metabolism to have to catch up with those extra calories and start burning at a higher rate, which ultimately helps you lose weight when you bring them back down again. Rule number 3 of the 3 simple steps, be as active as you can be. I told you earlier, you don't have to exercise to lose weight, but if you can, it will help you lose weight faster. There are 3 ways I get in exercise. First of all, I go for at least a half hour, if not an hour walk every day. I'm not perfect. I miss days occasionally, but I put in a good effort to make sure I'm checking off that box every single day. I don't worry about it too much because I know in the long run, it's my eating that will ultimately help me with weight loss and not exercise. I have made it a habit to take these at the same time every day when it makes the most sense with my schedule. We need to make these habits easy or we won't do them. If I can, I'll take a walk at lunch. It's a great way to take a break from sitting at my desk all morning. I'll also usually go for a walk with my 16-year-old daughter at around 6 or 7 p.m. at night, and our path takes us about an hour. Second, I try to go to the gym at least 1 time per week. It's been a challenge for me to go more than that with my current schedule, but even though the experts say you need to strength train 2 to 3 times per week, I've actually been happy with the changes I've seen in my body from 1 time per week. I'm looking fitter, my clothes are fitting better, and going on Saturday evenings with my daughter fits perfectly in our schedule. One tip, if you can find a gym buddy like I have, that will help keep you motivated and accountable. My daughter will not let me get out of our workouts most days. It can be anybody you know that you will allow to hold you accountable and also won't back out on you. The last type of exercise I try to get in is non-exercise activity. This is the activity we get in as we do our normal everyday tasks, like cleaning my house, organizing, finishing up projects. It doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of difference, but it's really good to keep your body mobile, and those calories really add up more than you think. So if you can't weight train or go for long walks, just get started doing small tasks within your home. I know you have them. We all do. Most people will lose weight if they follow these 3 tips. If you're down to the last 10, quote, vanity pounds, you'll have to be more precise and consistent. But for most of us over 50, this is the best way to steadily lose weight. If you'd like to try to lose 30 pounds by summer, I did a video last week where I walk through exactly how I would do it if I had to lose 30 pounds all over again based on all of the knowledge I've gained over the last 2 years.